Pranam Swamiji. Uh, we are continuing with another question today, and today our topic is who am I? Uh, we are with these questions very regularly. When we identify ourselves, we understand that we are this body, we are this mind, we use our intellect, so we often uh, have this type of thinking that we are intellect also. So whatever we consider ourselves, we limit ourselves to this body, whereas the belief or understanding or the description from scriptures is we are something different. So this is more or less uh, we haven't understood it, and we do not know what is its implication in our day to day life as well. So, are we really not this mind, body, and intellect complex? If not, who are we or who am I? This is the question. Over to you, Swamiji.
Okay. See, this is a modern mind knowledge. Ask there is a doubt. And doubt against the Shastras, what Shastra says, they contradict knowledge. Shastra says you are not the body, mind, intellect, you are the spirit. But modern mind does not accept it because they think they are the body, mind, and intellect. And that is why they are limited. Modern mind, unless they understand and clear understanding is there, they are beyond body, mind, intellect. They cannot manifest their energy and manifest their potentiality. Let us see with two examples. If I ask somebody, who are you? You will tell I am such and such or I am Raju name. But the moment he says that I am the Raju, Raju means a name and it means body, mind complex. Body is there, mind is there, his form is there, that name is Raju. So who are you? I am Raju. He never says, I am body, I am mind, I am intellect. These are simple questions. Who are you? The person says, I am Raju. Person does not say, I am body, mind, and intellect. So this is one of the analogy from that you can understand why we are not the body-mind complex, but when you are telling, I am Raju. See, the difference is that why it is like that. These changes of the body, mind, intellect is there, but there is no change of the name Raju. If you give different photographs of Raju of different ages, 15, 18, 19, 20 years, but the body, shape of the body is different in different ages. So there is a changes of the body, mind. Body changes means mind changes, intellect changes. So say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. These Raju's bodies different size. It has changes, body, mind, intellect changes, but Raju has not changed, has been changed. We call the Raju. So name is unchangeable, body is changeable. So there is a two factor. Raju means the third person. If I tell I have not changed, but my body has changed, and then mind has changed, intellect has changed. So even at the 80 years old, I remains the same, but physical body has changed, physical mind has changed. So This I is unchangeable. That another analogy, after the death, dead body was destroyed by cremation or buried, etc. But after that, they do some rituals, perform some rituals, puja, havans. Now the question is for whom they are performing. Body is destroyed by cremation or buried, body along with the body, mind and intellect. These three has gone. It is related to the body. So what is the answer? For them, for whom they are performing all those things. That means it is clearly understood that they are performing these for the, not for the Raju, not his body mind complex. Raju is something which is unchangeable, and that is the spirit. Unchangeable, never exist. The name Raju, say I, unchangeable, I exist, and you see, without knowing, we are doing something for the spirit which is exist. Say Raju. Raju's parents or their relatives perform something with mantras according to the religions, as a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, they perform something. For whom? Or this I or Raju which exists, still exists. That is called spirit. Matters, spirit always exists. God, goddesses, great men, they live in the spirit, not in the body. So, spirit means the consciousness. I always, it remains, it never ceases or not exist. So, body, mind, intellect, and I. So, I is the unchangeable. When your body is paining, how do you tell? My body is paining, not I. See, I is not coming. Body, my mind, wandering. Mind is not in a good state. My intellect is not dull. It is not working. So here comes mind, not I. My body, possession. So my body, my mind and my intellect. So I is different, body is different, intellect is different, and mind is different from the I. They come close together. That is why they say that we are in the prison, we are in the jail. Jail means we cannot go out within a room, closed room. Similarly, I, this is called conscious, which is exist in the form of the spirit. In jail means body, mind, and intellect. When the body passed away, that I remains. So that is why our Shastra says existence, knowledge, different form, they define our Shastras. It is the source of energy, consciousness. Without consciousness, we cannot live, just like electricity. A machine can run when electricity is there. If electricity is not there, machine cannot run. Similarly, in our body and mind complex, I, we call soul also, spirit also, that I, in a broad term, we say name, Raju, as I told in the beginning, Raju, in the name. Similarly, for myself, I. So they explain so many things in different way, but it remains separate. I am spirit, not body, mind, and intellect. So that if you, so many other examples are there and proof are there that sanskaras, you come with man born with certain sanskaras. So how these sanskaras come? These come along with the spirit, I, your past karmas. But it is clear, I is different, body is different, intellect is different. So I think little bit it is clear.
Yes. Swamiji, we understood what you have mentioned. Now I am referring this to one of your article on youth convention. Here, this was an article, you have given it as an action plan with youth convention, and in which you have given only this document to all those who have attended it that time. So it is on basic concept of SDM, and there were some 10 instructions which we should be doing every day. It is for the benefit of everyone. I would like to read it. First, you have mentioned get up at one time each day, practice watching thought flow at least 10 minutes morning, evening, avoid all chit chatting, gossip, stop misuse of eyes and ears, then avoid bad company, maintain a diary. Then sixth and seventh, you have mentioned no object can give you joy or sorrow, pleasure or pain. It is the attachment of the object that gives you joy or sorrow. Seventh, you have mentioned keep yourself busy all the time. Do not misuse your eyes and ears. Do not misuse your leisure time. And eighth, one instruction you have given it as daily chant at least 10 times, I am not the body, I am spirit. Always remember you have infinite power. So I am bringing this to also the ninth was all things near and dear are subject to change, decay, and separation. I cannot avoid it. And last one, joy is outcome of miseries, and miseries are outcome of joy. So of these 10 instruction, eighth instruction was you have asked us to chant 10 times. I am not the body, I am spirit. So what is the purpose when we remember that I have infinite power? I am not this body, I am spirit.
See, the moment you think that I am body, then you are limited. Actually, you are not the body. Body and I are different. I am the spirit. You are the Amrita Sapatraha. You are the son of immortality. How it is immortality? If I think, not only think this is the true, by practice of thinking that I am not the body, I am not the body, I am the spirit, spirit, spirit. The moment your idea of body drops, that moment excessive power and strength come to you. But the moment you think that body, if you have the body, you have no control of the body, you cannot stop your old age. If your body, you have the control. Can you change the body's form, color, height? If your eye is not working properly or you are blind, can you change it? So another way you can prove it, you are not the body at all. You are the spirit. Body is controlled with other, but I am the spirit. The moment you think I am the spirit, the infinite power here. Swami Vivekananda says, you have the infinite power. Stand up and go ahead. Stand up and think. You have the infinite power. Thinking has the most important power. And Shastra guiding us to think right thinking. What is the right thinking? You are not spirit. You are the spirit, not the body. So there is a saying, Shastra, health. Shastra, sa means self, thought. When you are established in the self, you are swastha, healthy. Who is healthy person? Who always dwell in the spirit. He is the healthy person. Shastra means this is the meaning. Dwell in the spirit. Dwell in the own form. You are infinite. As per the Shastra sayings, and we will realize when you practice spiritual discipline one day, you will find the infinite power. Say Swami Vivekananda, great man, Ramakrishna Dev. So what? He just human beings. How infinite power you have, and they can manifest that power. We are not able to manifest that spirit. That is the problem. We have to manifest it. That we are not sheep, we are a lion. So there Swamiji in a beautiful story told that we are lion. That one sheep, suddenly one lion came, suddenly fall in the sheep are there, and he born and brought up there. And the lion have the habit of that's making the talking, walking, everything like a sheep. But a lion came and the roaring comes and show that you are the lion, same face, that lion become lion. But due to that environment and condition, he becomes sheep. So we are also, Swamiji telling us, you get up, you are not a sheep, you are not a mortal man, you are immortal. So think of that. So that way, if you think I am not body, I am not body, I am the spirit, I am the spirit, you can overcome all misery in the life, limitation of the life. You are full of bliss, what you want. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much, Swamiji.